Hey, welcome! In this explainer, we're going to dive into a real classic, George S. Clason's The Richest Man in Babylon. What's so cool about this book is that it uses these simple stories, parables set thousands of years ago, to teach financial rules that are, well, they're just as powerful today as they were back then.
And this quote right here, it pretty much sets the stage for everything we're about to talk about. Money is plentiful for those who understand the simple rules. Just let that sink in for a second. It's not about luck, it's not about being born into it. Building wealth is a skill. It's about learning a few simple habits, and that's exactly what we're going to break down right now.
All right, so let's jump into the story. It all starts in ancient Babylon with this guy named Banzir. Now, Banzir was a master craftsman, like the best at what he did. But he had a problem that I'm guessing is going to sound super familiar to a lot of us today. I mean, think about it. Here he is, living in Babylon, the richest city in the ancient world, building these amazing, top-of-the-line chariots, and he's broke. His purse is always empty. After a whole life of hard work, he's got pretty much nothing to show for it.
And it wasn't just him. His buddy, Kobe, who was a musician, felt the exact same way. They're both earning decent money, right? But somehow, it just vanishes. It's gone as fast as it comes in. They're just stuck on this hamster wheel, working and working, but never, ever getting ahead. So they start wondering, what are we missing? Could there be some kind of secret to getting rich that we just don't know about? And that one question right there changed everything. It kicked off this quest to find someone who really understood the secret, not just to making money, but to actually keeping it. So where do they go? Their search for answers leads them right to the doorstep of a man named Arcad. And Arcad was, well, he was famous for being the absolute richest man in all of Babylon.
But here's the really important part about Arcad. He wasn't born with a silver spoon in his mouth. Not at all. He started out just like them, a poor scribe with absolutely nothing. He figured it out. So, he agrees to share his secrets, and he starts with the very first, most important lesson he ever learned from his own mentor, a moneylender named Algamish.
Okay, so this is it. This is the first rule of wealth. And I'm not kidding, this single idea is the turning point of the whole story. It's the foundation that everything else is built on. So what was it? What was this big secret that Arcad learned that changed his life forever? He explained that the entire journey, from having an empty, lean purse to having one that's overflowing, it all started with one simple but totally game-changing decision.
And it all comes down to this number, 1/10. That's it. That's the key. Arcad describes it as this tiny little seed. But from that one seed, a massive tree of wealth can grow.
And here is the heart of it. A part of all you earn is yours to keep. See, we think all the money we make is ours, right? But it's not. We immediately turn around and give it to the landlord, to the person who sold us food, to everybody else. The real secret is to pay yourself first, before a single other person gets their hands on your money. You see? This one little habit is the absolute foundation of building wealth. Before you pay any bills, before you buy anything, a piece of what you earn belongs to you. Just sticking to that one rule. For every 10 coins that come in, you only spend 9. That's what makes your purse start to get fat right away. So once you've got that first rule down, Arc doesn't stop there. He builds on it. He lays out this whole system, a complete framework he calls the 7 Cures for a Lean Purse. You can think of it like a curriculum, a step-by-step guide to getting your finances healthy. So there are 7 cures in total. We already talked about the big one. Number 1, start thy purse to fattening, which is just that fancy old-timey way of saying pay yourself first. But let's take a quick look at a couple of the other really crucial cures on this list.
Okay, cure number 2 is all about playing defense. Control thy expenditures. Arcad knew that what we call our necessary expenses have this sneaky way of growing and growing until they eat up our entire income, unless we fight back. And let's be honest, this is 1,000 times harder today, with things like subscription services and one-click buying just begging us to spend money without even thinking.
And this slide just lays it out perfectly. There are our necessities, the things we actually need, and then there are our desires, which are pretty much endless. If you don't have a plan, a budget to tell the difference, those desires will swallow up everything, not just your income, but that precious 10% you're trying to save.
All right, now we get to the fun part, the offense. See, your savings aren't supposed to just sit in an account gathering dust. Arcad says every single coin you save is like a worker. He calls them golden slaves, and their job is to go out into the world and earn more money for you. And this just shows you the mind-blowing power of that idea over time. Just look at these numbers. Somebody invests 10 little pieces of silver. 20 years later, it's more than tripled. 50 years later, it's grown to 167 pieces. It's multiplied itself almost 17 times over. That, my friends, is the magic of compounding. It's not just your money making money, it's your money's money making more money.
So this all sounds great for ancient Babylon, right? But the big question is, how do we take this ancient wisdom and actually use it in our modern lives, like starting today?
Well, the amazing thing is, the rules haven't changed a bit. You can start right now. Set up an automatic transfer for at least 10% of every paycheck. That's paying yourself first on autopilot. Create a simple budget. Just track your spending so you know where your money's going. Then you put that saved money to work by investing it so it can grow. And finally, don't try to figure it all out alone. Learn from people who know what they're doing.
You know, at the end of the day, this is so much more than just a cool story from the past. It's a blueprint. It's a call to action. The book has this great line that says, "Opportunity is a haughty goddess who wastes no time with those who are unprepared." And that's really the point. Your journey to financial freedom, to having a full purse, it really does start with that very first coin you decide to save, the one you decide is yours to keep.